Rhode Island's favorite realtor, Louis Monroy, guys. All right, so boom, let's dive right into it. Rhode Island home sales pick up at the beginning of the year, right? So this normally goes over single families, condos, and multi-families, right? So let's see where we're at. So yesterday, February 15th, this article dropped. The rate of decline in year-over-year home sales that plagued 2023 showed marked improvement in January, falling just 4.3% compared to the double-digit drops in sales activity recorded throughout each month of last year. Okay, so I'm gonna break this down, right? Because this is kind of like giving me like a positive vibe, right? Like, all right, things are on the up and up, which they are, right, in a sense. But it's funny because like 2023, like there was double digit drops, right? So pretty much it was a pretty low year, right? Bottom of the barrel type year, based off the sentence. And this year, we only dropped 4.3% compared to last year. But it's funny because it's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like you're kind of saying that, yeah, we lost last year in that championship game by 100 points, but this year we only lost that game by 50 points. It's like, yeah, but you still lost right here. Like, you still lost. We still lost. But it is better, right? It is improving. So that is good, right? Slow progress is better than no progress. Okay. So let me see. So the decline of year-over-year home sales. All right, so home sales are getting better, right? It's a mix of interest rates, I'm assuming, right? And then a little bit more inventory, right? There's a little bit more inventory. I think like in September, we had like 2 months worth of inventory, and a balanced market is 6 months. We haven't had 6 months of inventory in like over half a decade, right? So let's continue with this article. So things are improving, right? Boom, off rip, got that from the first sentence, first sentence. All right, the data reflected all realtor-assisted sales transacted through the statewide MLS, a subsidiary of the Rhode Island Association of Realtors, blah, blah, blah. Pending sales, right? So pending sales, pretty much we're in agreement, right? I want to buy your house, you want to sell your house, we are in agreement. Pending sales. Those waiting to close but not completed by the end of the month also showed significant gains. All right, so we got more people in agreement. All right, a lot more people, right, coming to terms in order to get sales done. So falling just 0.3%. Okay, so that's awesome, right? So last year was pretty bad. So we're kind of like in the same boat as last year, kind of, right? We're not. Things aren't as bad. Things aren't declining as fast as it was from 2022 to 2023, right? We're pretty much hanging in there with 2023. So I'm looking forward for these numbers to be better than 2023 as the year continues, and I think so. Right now, we are in February, and pretty much the first quarter of the year, there's not that many listings, right? So going into the spring, that's when a lot of people start putting up their homes for sale. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to these numbers being a lot better than last year, because if we're hanging in there in pretty much like the slowest time of the year, right? We're hanging in there in the slowest time of the year, then that can only mean that we should be doing better than last year once things start getting popping, right? Once things start hitting the market, once people are out there looking for homes, and interest rates are pretty much a lot better than what they were, right? So actually, let's do that real quick. Housing interest rates, right? I'm gonna look that up, and I'm going with RI Housing just because it's something that you can Google, right? It's just something quick that you can Google, right? Your interest rate is always going to depend on your circumstance, right? And I'm not a licensed lender, right? So we're just Googling something together, right? I'm not quoting you anything, but we're Googling something, right? So RI Housing, right? So FHA, VA, RD, purchase, mortgage, we're looking at 5.875, right? So this is the fixed rate, right? Again, I am not a licensed lender, right? I'm not a licensed prestamista. So you're going to have to definitely talk with a lender because, it's not one size fits all, right? It's not like that. So back to the article. Okay, so we got that first paragraph out the way. Now the second paragraph, yeah, we got things a lot better when it comes to people in agreement to buy a house. And again, that was another section, right, of double-digit drops, pending sales. So overall home sales, they were dropping by double digits from 22 to the year 23, and the same thing with pending sales. They dropped from double digits from the year 22 to 23. But now, you know what I mean? We're hanging in there with 23. Again, during the slowest time of the year. So this is really great news. All right. So boom. Next, the uptick in sales activity is intensifying the housing shortage, which continues to put upward pressure on prices. Yeah, so that's, I mean, the uptick in sales activity is intensifying. Yeah, it's because, right, there was a point, right, where interest rates started going up crazy, right? So I felt it, right? I'm in these trenches, I'm in these streets. I had buyers pretty much like, yo, you know what? Let me hold on for a second. These interest rates are going crazy. Let's just let, you know what I'm saying, the smoke clear, right? Let's wait for things to simmer down a bit. So once they did start dropping, right, because these interest rates were getting crazy. They were getting up to like 8%, 9%, depending on what you were, you know, taking out as a loan. But I had some people push out to the sideline, right? But when interest rates started dropping again, right, a lot of those people who decided to sit on the sideline called me back up and, hey, you know, how things going, right? Or overall, just, hey, I heard interest rates are dropping. Yes, they are. Boom. All right, so let's start up the search again. So now I'm kind of putting it at scale where, okay, if that's happening to me, I can, you know, I'm wondering how many other realtors experience the same thing. So putting it at scale, it's like a lot of buyers are coming back into the market. A whole bunch of buyers are coming back into the market. So that makes sense that the uptick in sales activity is intensifying the housing shortage. And it's because this whole interest rates, when things shot up, a lot of people stopped. Now they're down. A lot of people came back. So yeah, house prices are still, it's still a hot market, right? So don't let anyone tell you that things are slowing down. If you watch my stories, like on my Instagram, I put up my stories anytime I go, a lot of times when I go see a house, you'll see that there's a line. There's a line to go see these homes. So on to the next part. And then the little statistic here, the median sales price of single family homes in January was $441,750, a 12.9% gain from last year. So that's one heck of an investment, guys. But it's on paper, right? Because if you decided to sell, like if you bought last year and decided to sell this year, between all the attorney fees, the realtor fees, right, paying taxes, if you took out like a down payment assistance program, you got to pay that back, right? It's not really, you're not getting a return on it. On paper, you are, because the value went up. But if you were to decide to sell, you probably will lose money. I mean, you know what I mean? It depends on how good of a deal you got. But, you know, those are some things to take into consideration. But on paper, it feels nice, right? On paper, my net worth has gone up. All right, so next one. While home sales are still sluggish, and they're sluggish because there's not much inventory, right? That's what it is. If there was a lot of inventory, I'm telling you, like, these home sales would be through the charts. So while home sales are still sluggish, they are getting less so. Recently, lower interest rates have helped ease affordability issues and allowed more people to jump back into the market. You see? I know I'm not the only one. Unfortunately, they still don't have many options to choose from. The supply of homes for sale decreased throughout the fall, and we need to see that trend reverse, said Sally Hersey, president of the Rhode Island Association of Realtors. The realtor data pointed to a 1.4 month supply of single family homes for sale at the current rate of sales, down from a 2-month supply in September. A 5 to 6 month supply typically signifies a healthy market. It's true, right? We all should know this, right? If you watch my videos, we all should know this because we are all educated home buyers. We are investors. I mean, not everyone's an investor, right? You could just buy a house just because you don't want to deal with no one else, right? You can buy a single family, or you can buy a multifamily to help with your income, right? To lower, or if not, I'm telling you, man, like, it's not always about investing, right? Like, a lot of times you buy a house just because you just want to own your own oasis, right? You want to be in your own little island. You want to be your own person in your kingdom, king of the castle. All right, so while the rate of decline in year-over-year sales improved in the condominium market, right? So if you're somebody, who doesn't really want to take care of like the house, like outside mechanical stuff, or lawn maintenance and stuff and roof stuff, so a condo might be good for you because you only have to take care of what's inside your unit, right? Obviously there's a board, right? There's like a board of directors of this condominium, so these people are in charge of like what gets fixed, what doesn't get fixed, what's prioritized. And so there's a fee, right? Kind of like a homeowners association fee, a condo fee. So if this sounds like it might be right for you, let's have a conversation. All right, the median price increased slightly to $325,000, up from $320,000 in January of 2022. 89 condominiums sold in January, 89 compared to 94 1 year earlier, and pending sales rose 14.6%, an indication of increased closed transactions in the weeks ahead. So boom, look, there's some positivity right there, right? We got pending sales of condos increased, right? So there's activity, right? We're doing better this year. And the multifamily, right? Last but not least, the multifamily home sector saw the slowest start to the year since 2015. So what am I hearing? I'm hearing that if I see a single family, a multi-family home that I like, I kind of got to make a decision fast, right? Because there's not much. Watch. Just 105 multifamily home sales closed in Rhode Island last month. 9.5% less than 12 months earlier. Contracts in the queue to close, however, declined just 2.8%, a sign that completed closings should be on the rise. A $475,000 median price reflected an 8% gain from the prior year. So, yeah, you can see here that overall multifamily homes, right, we're having a slow start, and it's I personally think it's because of the fact that if you have a multifamily home, right, it's helping you out right now, right? It's tough. Inflation is crazy. Everything has gone up. Comic books used to cost 10 cents, and now they're like $6-7. Some of them 10, right? So let me kind of go over some of these cool. I love these infographics, right? Infographic stuff. So down here, let me get this a little smaller or bigger so I can show you the 1.4 months. Come on, there we go. All right, there we go. 1.4 month supply. I wanted to get this bigger so you can see it. So this is pretty much for January, right? So this is kind of a quick snapshot as to what we read, right? Median sales price is $441,000. And this is for single family homes, right? Number of sales, 442 sales, down 4.3% from last year. These are all year-over-year numbers, right? Pending sales, 726 pending sales, down 0.3%. And one of my favorites, right? Let me show the multifamily one. I love this here because it gives you another quick snapshot of the past few years. So you can see here, this is multifamily homes, and look at the amount of sales, right? They're pretty much neck and neck, right? In 2023, over the months, right? If I said year, over the months. So 123, 135, 105, right? And that's normal, right? That's normal because if you look down here, this is where it compares the years, right? November of last year. How many multifamily homes sold in November of last year compared to this year? 123, 128. In December, 135 sold compared to 125 sold, right? And then look, it's just every year it's the same thing. It starts to drop. November, December, January, home sales tend to drop. Look at this. November 2021, 202 sales, 247 sales. That one actually jumped. But January, 183. You'll always see that January is like a slow month. You'll always see that, right? Year over year. And again, this again shows you just that quick snapshot of medium. Look at this, medium sales price. This is actually going down. So houses are kind of getting a little, well, compared to these sales, I don't know. I just want to say, like, since there's not that many sales, I feel like this number, the fact that there's not many sales, this number is being affected, right? I don't even know how to properly explain what I'm thinking, but it's kind of like, oh, this, how do I say this? Either way, house prices for multifamily homes are starting to trend down a little bit. And again, I think this kind of had to do with the interest rates happening, because, you know, there's a lag, right? Interest rates are better now, but we won't see that reflect probably until like 2 or 3 months down the line. Overall, this is what we're looking at, right? Definitely a lot more than last year. So for everyone talking about, no, I'm going to wait for the market to go down. Look, if you said that in 2021, right? Look at 2022. Look at 2021. If 385,000 was the median price for multifamily homes. No, I'm just going to wait until the market goes down. I'm just going to wait. November 2022. Now you're up $15,000 more. No, you know what? It's getting crazy. I'm really going to wait. I'm just going to wait until the market, crashes. November 2023, 492,000. Guys, do you see this? November 2022, $400,000 was the median sales price for a multifamily home in Rhode Island. Now let's go to November 2023, $492,000. 400,000 in 2022, 492,000 in November 2023. I'm not trying to scare you guys into buying, but if you're waiting to time the market, right? World-renowned economists can't tell you what the market's gonna do, right? Market's crazy, right? It's nuts. So if you're not studying the market every single day, what makes you think you stand a chance at finding out when the market's gonna drop, when the market's gonna crash? How? Just don't do it. If it's a good time for you to buy, then it's a good time for you to buy. I don't know why so many people wait to get confirmation from other people to do a personal thing. It's like they're not living with you. They're not helping you pay your bills. Like, do you do the same with everything else? Like, do you listen to everybody? Is it a good time to buy a phone? Like, is it a good time to buy a new TV? Why do people do that when it comes to a house where they're going to be living at, where they're going to be spending every single day inside of? Why do you listen to other people? I don't get it. So anyways, I just hope these numbers, these statistics kind of help you like get some clarity as to what's going on in the market. Overall, market's doing it's stabilizing, right, compared to last year. Last year was bottom of the barrel. This year we're holding on tight. And yeah, again, guys, with the fact that there's not that much inventory out there, it kind of shows that these prices are only going to continue to go up, right? Leave your comments and thoughts below. What do you think would make this market crash, right? Because a lot of people talk about affordability, but apparently a lot of people are still affording stuff, right? And one thing that I hear is that, oh, watch, all it takes is one missed mortgage payment and then blah, blah, blah. They're kind of just saying that people have FOMO, fear of missing out, so they're forcing themselves into these homes over the last few years, and then that they really can't afford it, so they're going to be slowly losing their house going forward, which I don't think it's a bad argument, because I kind of had a similar thought when it comes to buyer's remorse. I feel like the market was getting so crazy over the past few years that there were some people buying homes and they were buying it out of like hysteria, like, oh, there's so many people here, oh, let's offer 490, 500, offer them 550, right? And then once everything kind of like calmed down, now they're in the house and they got to make that monthly payment, I feel like things kind of get like a little more real, right? So, you know what I mean? Only the future can tell, right? But none of us have a crystal ball, again. So if the time is right for you, don't listen to everybody, right? Look at your finances. Look at what your mortgage payment is going to be, right? If you want to have a conversation, let's talk, right? It doesn't have to be so formal, right? Like, I have all my paperwork right here. Here, I'm ready to buy. It doesn't have to be like that. We can just kind of hang out and talk, right? Brainstorm, because it all starts with a conversation. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you're looking to buy or sell a house, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you out. But until then, I like this hoodie. Have a nice day. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.